And then, it's not good.
No, none of it's good. It's pretty horrible, as a matter of fact. And they act like business as usual. It's so weird. It's like, it's a hidden code, the way they speak within the actual workings of the everyday CPS people. Yeah. They have their jargon and their little looks they use, and it's just like a coded thing. It's so horrifying.
So adoption lawyers smuggled pregnant women into the U.S. and paid them to give up their babies. Authorities say that assessor Paul Peterson, who was indicted in an adoption fraud case, let's see, he's an adoption attorney in Arizona's largest county, has been indicted in his role in an adoption fraud scheme. Peterson, the assessor for Maricopa County, was arrested Tuesday night on charges of running an adoption fraud scheme, according to the indictment obtained by the Arizona Republic. So,
wow.
Apparently, they would pay like $10,000 for these babies, and then they'd sell them for like $35,000. And they would tell these mothers that they would get their children back after they, I don't know, they were telling them lies, like they weren't telling them the truth. And
right.
So it's human trafficking.
Yeah, well, obviously. So what I'm thinking is, remember those tunnels you told me about in Hollywood and stuff like that, and all, so was that where the tunnels, weren't they in that area that they found all the children?
I have no idea.
Underground.
I haven't been following that story. I know Zeph mentioned it on his podcast.
It's actually true. It's really true.
I haven't been following it. I know it was like, I think I heard something about that from like the Q campaign or something, but I don't follow that either.
No, this wasn't Q. This was actual real reporting, and it was military going in there that got them out.
Nothing.
It's when they did that.
Nothing.
When they were shutting off the lights down there in LA and stuff.
The electricity.
The electricity, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it's just, the thought of that is just frightening to me, that there were that many children trapped underground. It's just so horrifying. And I don't know why. They said it, but the news, the regular news, hates to say anything. Like, never mind, there are 80,000 at Trump's last rally. 80,000. And then they go on their barefaced lying on television saying, well, the Democrats are doing really good in Texas and blah, blah, blah. Really? 80,000 people at a Trump rally, you're going to tell me the lies how well they're doing? Are you kidding me right now? These people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to understand is, there is no crime, so I don't see how they're going to be able to pull off a full impeachment. They'll go through the moves. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Because they're not even taking a vote. They don't want to show who the person is. The whole thing's a sham. It's just absolutely a joke.
Yeah, it's pretty scary to me. I don't know. It just seems like the more that I research and I look into things, the more upside down I have to have of a perspective, because
well, yeah, it's just so crazy, because from what I'm seeing, just the wicked ones have run things for a long, long time. They're really ticked off that they're being stopped. Because see, if you think about just in the natural order of things. So let's say, somebody wants to make a certain goal or business or whatever it is. And one guy is a very honest guy. And the other guy will do anything it takes to get it. Well, who do you think is going to probably get it? And that's unfortunate. Sometimes there's an exception by spirit. But I'm saying for the most part, in this world, it's because they'll do whatever it takes to get what they want is why they've been in charge. They have no moral line. You know what I'm saying? There is no line to draw. So that's how they've retained that. But for them, it's unfortunate because now the wool is being pulled off everybody's eyes. I mean, the truth is coming out. These people, I don't even care if you're a Democrat. How could you hide how nuts they look right now? There's just no way, unless you're totally insane yourself.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's like we have a massive mental health problem.
I'm telling you, man, what the heck? And, well, I just think it's like he said, and times that, and it could be 20 years, it could be 50, it could be 10, 5, I don't know. But I know he said, and the time is different heavenly than it is here, much different. But what I'm saying is, in the end, it just says they'll walk totally after their own lust. They'll do whatever they want. The truth will be a lie. The lie will be a truth. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's what they are. They're like a bunch of serpents just, wiggling around and slithering. It's just unbelievable. But they're going to go down one by one, and I'm telling you.
Well, it's at least this issue that I've been championing is going to be on the table at the White House.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, they're calling in for advocates and activists to come in and discuss the issue. So
really, for CPS?
Yeah.
Oh, good, because see, I told you, even here, they were shutting down some of their, like the moms program and different things here, because there's been racketeering, and they know that there's been fraud, and everything under the table going on, and it's criminal, and so they're being caught, and it's good. It's starting to happen everywhere in different ways.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful. That, it couldn't be better.
It's the best thing that could happen.
Well, and see, it's true. It's true. And then once that's taken care of.
They're using, Jacob was mentioning an Oregon mother was targeted with a fake report to Child Protective Services due to her pro-life.
Oh no!
Yeah, her what is it says?
Pro-life stance. Yeah.
Beliefs, pro-life beliefs.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what they did. They do that online too, and as Antifa does that. They conjure up these cases.
You should have seen the video I watched today.
They use CPS to target.
Oh yeah, they do. And then there was this video I watched today that Will, what's his last name? The really cool black fella or Afro-American guy. He wears the dreads. Will,
Oh yeah,
the Trump supporter. Will. What's his name? Will. I can't think of it.
Will Johnson.
Yes. Yeah, that's
He's in Social Media News Network.
I love him. And anyway, he was on this video, and it was a news report, but it was so interesting. So they were saying Antifa is actually an arm of ISIS.
That kind of makes sense.
No, it totally does. You've got to watch it. It's unbelievable. It is what they've shot off from there, and these guys are a lot worse than people think they are.
Gosh.
And then they have cells here to try to activate too. So see, that's, what they'd like to do. But this is why I think Trump brought back whatever he is. He's saying, no, we're not going to distract and put more over there. Because, they were going to pull that crap from Turkey's end anyway. Erdogan even said so. So once we've got guys over there, what's going to happen if they pour more? We're going to have to send more. And what's it going to do to us? That's going to weaken us here. Mm-hmm. And if he's got a coup coming fully up against him, and they're going to unleash Antifa, or the cells, or whatever it is, you really think he doesn't need all his guys right here? He's not going to be pumping them over there while they're having their 10,000 year on their, little fighting debate, Sorry, but they've been at each other's throats for years, and all the Kurds aren't little sweet pies. There are terrorist Kurds as well. Mm-hmm. So they wanted to pull us in further, is what I believe. Because you see, if you think these globalists like Soros doesn't know who Erdogan is, they don't know. See, all of them have the same father, Lucifer, and they work together. So they would like to cause a conflict over there. And see, Trump he's forewarned by God all the time. He gets downloads, spiritual downloads from the Lord. He says move, he moves. He just does it. He feels it in his gut, his soul. He knows it, his solar plexus. I'm pulling him out of there. And he's pulling him out of there because they were going to pull more in, guarantee. And so there you have it. I mean, at some point there has to be a line drawn. This has been going on forever.
Yeah.
And ever and ever. It's just a big drain. And then that Erdogan, bad dude, that guy, and ready to spring trouble. And then we'd have to, if any of our guys are over there just to get them out, you're going to have to fight these asses if it gets really bad, if you're over there. Well, maybe they're going to have to fight each other for a while. Can I say? Can't keep feeding and feeding. And then these crazy Dems and liberals that we're talking about disastrous street numbers right now in our country. People who are starving, people who have no job, living on the streets, and they want to bring more people in who have no income? Yeah. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's so simple to see that it's an agenda planned. Because you wouldn't bring more people into your country when it's having troubles of its own, taking care of its own people. Why would anyone want to do that?
It's everything contrary to what...
Yes, exactly. What would be good for this country.
Yeah.
And that's why they hate him. Because he's built it up so much. And they also hate him because he's breaking down their Moloch altar. Yeah, abortion.
It's so disturbing.
Well, it is disturbing, but it's so enjoyable to watch him destroy it. I have to say, I really like it. And I also have to say, I really like a lot of things that he's doing. And I think the only reason he said, well, they have to get their shots, it was months ago, like a half a year or more now. Whatever, they have to get their shots. Well, he's like, here, dogs, have a bone. And then he said, well, we're gonna find a way to make healthy vaccines, which he knows is impossible, so that'll slow him down. He's the best strategist. So he's always trying to just...
The vaccines and Bill Gates and that whole entire... it's just so diabolical.
Did you see my post about Gates? I said, the gates, and I put a capital G, like the gates, mm-hmm. The gates of the earth are shutting down as the gates of heaven are opening.
Yay.
Yes. And next, just saying. The Lord's got his eyes on them now. And he's tired of what they're doing to his creation and how they're trying to destroy innocence and pervert everything. And he's tired of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'm telling you, he's making a list and he's checking it twice.
We've got we haven't got much longer until until it's 20.